And I want to ask you about your Steelers. You guys made a lot of different moves. I know that may change what some of the draft plans were, some of the things we talked about. So I want you to dive into, okay, where you guys are right now, what you're excited about, what is your concerns moving forward?
Yeah, man. So I don't know that there's a lot of excitement. There hasn't been, in my opinion, a lot of splash in the offseason, right? We talked about I'll get to that. Outside of that, being one of the teams with probably top 10 cap space in the 2025 offseason, 24 offseason, I felt that there was an opportunity to re-sign your number one QB. Although we're going to draft a quarterback in the league now, in the draft, we had an opportunity to sign Justin Fields, right?
Okay.
You offered him 2 years, $30 million. You let the Jets come in and take him from you for $10 million more. That $10 million that you tried to save on the back end, you signed a linebacker, from a rival team. You give him a $10 million deal on a position that we don't really need. We're pretty set, I feel, at linebacker. So why not take that chance on the guy that you brought in on a lower deal, on the 1 year deal, make him feel comfortable in his position, right? Make him feel like, hey, I'm going to be the guy next year. This is my shot to prove. Right. And then if he don't like it, you sign and trade him on the next season, right? Now you're in a position where you brought back a quarterback that you drafted 3 years back, let him go to Tennessee, only to come back and be the starter when I'm my fan hat on now. The fans were saying, let Rudolph stay anyway, and then draft a quarterback, and we're right back where we are now.
Gotcha.
I mean, what was the logic around and the thought process behind this move if your intention was really not to make a lucrative deal? We've acknowledged we didn't want Russell Wilson. He's gone on the New York Giants. Now you're saying, hey, I like Milroe guy from Alabama. Oh, we like Jackson Dart now. The thought process is, are you going to now bring these guys in to be your starter in a system anyway? And not to mention that Rudolph was coming back to a new system. It's a different system than when he was there from the beginning anyway. Right. So now you're reteaching the system over again, kind of starting back from square one. You lost your running back. You lost your quarterbacks, two quarterbacks, right. Even though we didn't want the one. And then you try and cover it up with the DK Metcalf. Yeah, we're happy about that.
Right.
But now DK Metcalf has sucked up majority of that cap space, right? So he's due $28 million next year if he stays on the roster. It's $20 million, $28 million. Yeah. That soaked up, and it's going to take a cap hit on that for next year's cap space, right? Who's
going to throw the ball to him?
Who's going to throw the ball to him?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. My point exactly. So do you see how that's unbalanced happiness to, man, we missed it. We missed our opportunity because you still have to have enough money to sign these guys that you're talking about bringing in from the draft to make the roster in the long run. So either you're going to have money. I know they're just rookie deals,
right?
But now you're going to be right back in the same position a few years, down the road when you need to pick up fifth-year options and things like that. Now you're going to have to make decisions again on who you want to keep versus who you want to let go. When you could have ultimately made some splash with just those two, picks, DK re-signing Justin Fields.
Right.
Now you put your franchise in a better position to now you get a supporting cast around those guys.
And since y'all didn't do that, I have no sympathy.
Yeah. No, I don't expect you to, but I'm just speaking for as a Steeler, as a fan, man. It doesn't make sense to me on that move alone. So I did. I mean, the quarterback draft class in this year's draft is, outside of Shaduer, Cam Ward, and a few other guys. There's some unknowns
right.
with the rest of that group. I saw yours in his pro day, and it was so. Now, I mean, I don't want to disrespect, my guy Mason, man, but because at least he was willing to come back and willing to say, hey, I'm going to take another shot. I'll come back and sign with the Steelers. I know the organization. I know Mike T.
Right.
And that's cool. That's cool, right?